All right. Welcome. Week 5, Dirty 30 pod. How we doing, boys?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah.
Reeling after the first loss of the year, but we'll take it like a man and move on.
I feel the tension. We got Christian versus Dev this week. Putting the Dukes up, right? I feel it in the room here. So
If Amon Ra doesn't play this week and I don't whoop your ass with your old keeper, I'm gonna be really sad.
Yeah, I
Just
definitely thought
saying.
about that. I definitely
Just
thought about
saying.
I
So
I did not, I did not think about that. I
yeah,
love it.
he said that his goal was to play this week, so we shall see.
You did. You did. We got a little different week. Got a couple trades to discuss. We got waivers. We have hit the quarter mark of football, so fantasy football. So we're gonna kind of look back at the draft, and we're gonna alternate weeks, rounds 1 through 9, and kind of see like, hey, who's the best pick of this round, and who's the worst pick of this round. Got some trash talk that we'll kind of go through and get Christian's betting lock of the week. That all sound good?
Yeah.
work for me.
Sounds good. Well, we got a couple of trades. We are up to 14. We got a trade between me and Dev that was heated in the old group chat. Yeah, a lot of remarks. Guy decided to work for an hour and looked at the old group chat, and yeah, it went off here. Brees Hall and Chris Godwin for Devontae Adams. It was between me and Dev. Christian, what are your thoughts on that trade?
I mean, it's obvious that
You don't have to be nice. Go ahead.
it's obvious Matt got the best player. I mean, and I'm just gonna say kind of what everybody else is thinking. It's like Matt gave up essentially nothing from his starting lineup, and he gained a top 5 or 6 wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. I think Brees will come around. I mean, Brees is going to be
For
good,
sure.
and they finally said he's going to like get the full workload. And this week was a perfect week to get him. I was kind of pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of pissed that he ended up going to Dev, and I had to go against him. But on the flip side, it's like Godwin's coming off a good week. Evans is kind of banged up. I don't know. Like I totally get it for both sides, but I do give Matt a higher grade just for getting a significantly higher player, in my opinion. So I'd give Matt like a, I mean, probably like an A-, and I'd give Dev like a B-.
Sure.
Oh,
I didn't hate it.
better than a C.
I didn't hate it. I just thought I thought you could have gotten more if you explored further to Devin, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
In hindsight, yeah, maybe I could have. I mean,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
anybody wanted him, nobody was asking about him.
Yeah.
Clearly, my running backs are shit. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
Devontae
mean
Adams
that
is
falls
kind of one of
falls
those
on you
guys,
guys
though.
as much as me.
I mean, it's kind of like Devontae Adams just seems like one of those guys that you don't even really try for because he seems untouchable, which clearly no one in this league is. Um,
Nobody.
No.
but I mean, like people don't ask me about Jefferson just because they know I'm probably not going to trade him. Like I think I asked Marcus about Kelsey once, and it was like, that's not going to fucking happen. And it's like, you have guys like that. Like I remember asking Rhodey about Tyreek, and he's like, I want Jefferson plus another guy. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, not going to happen. So I thought Devontae was kind of sort of up there, but
Yeah.
guess not.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, injuries definitely played a factor into this too. With running backs and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I'm happy with Adams, and Dev's pretty happy with buying in on Brees Hall at this point, and yeah, we'll kind of see
We
how
will
it
see.
goes. We will see.
We will.
Next trade involving Christian, my man. We're all about content, apparently. Another hot topic on the old group chat.
It
For
was
the pod.
unintentional for the content, but the trade was it was a lot in the making between between Tyler and myself. So
How did it come about? How long have you guys been working on this?
well, so he actually offered me kind of like a feeler trade. He offered me Barkley and Lamb. And I said no. And Jefferson was not involved, like anything like that. But I said no, just because I didn't know about Barkley. Like I like Lamb, but Lamb has a tough schedule. Like he's got Sam Fran, and then in 2 weeks he's got a bye. So I'm like, okay, like I'd be taking on a little bit, but it would from my side, it was like I'm not saying this to sound like cocky, but like I have too many players and I can't start them all.
Mhm.
So I kind of needed to do like a 2-for-1 essentially to get a better player. And I think Lamb is better than Debo. And I know Cook has been awesome this year and I'll miss
Yeah,
him, but
he has been. Yeah.
yeah, I mean he's been awesome, but like Connor, A Chain, Swift, like they've all been good.
Mhm.
And I have 3 receivers that I can rely on between Jefferson, Waddle, Lamb, and I still have like Watson and Kirk chilling on my bench.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
Kirk is double digits most weeks. It's like, I mean, I don't know I'm still kind of in a spot, but yeah. So I think it was a fair trade for both sides, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. I like Cook. I like Samuel. Am I most confident in starting CD Lamb? Like absolutely, and
Mhm.
yeah, I think it was like an even trade, and Tyler was in another team who like needed a running back.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I see it pretty even. CD's had kind of like a weird year so far.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's been a little down so far.
I see
but
that. I see that. Straightening out and him being just fine. He's CD Lamb, so
right.
for sure. Let's skip waivers. I'm not even too worried about waivers so
Good. I
far.
didn't
So
even want to talk
let's
about
just kind of jump
whoever
right in.
Latavius Murray is. I don't
Good. I
even,
didn't want
I
a
don't
10
even know.
parter.
I don't even know who that is.
Let's just jump right into it, man. I'm with you. Let's show the board. Let's see what we. No, I'm not gonna be able to see the board here. What's going on? Let's show the board. See where we're at here. Your screen. There we are. All right. Let's make it big. We are going to talk through the first 9 rounds.
Mhm.
Wow.
How can I put you guys there for now? We'll move you around. All right. We're going to talk through the first 9 rounds. We decided to alternate. I think Debbie's got rounds 1, 4, 7. I got 2, 5, and 8, and Christian's got 3, 6, 9. We're not going to do the whole board. Kind of past round 9 doesn't really matter. So was kind of my thoughts. So we are going to give a stud and a dud and just kind of like talk through the rounds here. Debbie, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah.
Round 1. What are you thinking?
Gave me the hard one. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some options.
A lot of studs.
Yeah, there's a lot of studs. CMC was picked 2, but he's the number 1 overall guy. Hill's a wide receiver 2, and he was picked 5. But my stud is gonna go to Stephon Diggs. He fell to 9. He's the wide receiver 4 right now. Pretty impressive. And yeah.
I like it, man.
It's a good pick. It's a really good pick.
Yeah. What's the dud in this round? It's hard.
The dud again, it's kind of tough, and we've already touched on them. And I do think, like Matt said, things will straighten out. But right now, the dud is CD Lamb. He was picked 7. He's wide receiver 16 right now, which is goofy. But it's been a weird year, and like I said, things will straighten out. Dude's good at football.
Yeah.
Things will work out.
Yeah, I mean we're trying not to pick injury guys, right? We should probably say that out here, right?
Yep.
Like injuries happen. Like we're like Eckler could have been a pick, could have been a pick, right? Saquon could have been a pick, but like just straight performance. I think my eyes kind of land on CD Lamb as well. I got round 2. This was a tough one in regards to a lot of farts. A lot of farts in round 2 for the most part. My stud was, I'm going chalk here. It was the first pick in the second round. AJ Brown has been a stud. He had a couple weird like first weeks, they like caught a couple of balls, right? But just boom weeks the last 2 weeks. And unfortunately, my dud is the pick right next to it, and it's been Jahmyr Gibbs, man. Najee as well, right? Not Najee's second round as well.
There are a few candidates for sure.
There's a few candidates, and maybe you guys can touch on who you would have gone as well. I think Najee's like low hanging fruit, just like where I love Gibbs coming into the year. Like I had that following pick, it would have been Gibbs all day long, and like I think it gets fixed. I just think like Gibbs hasn't quite lived up to the second pick in the second round. What are you guys?
RB 28 right now.
Yeah. Did you have him as one of your duds, Dev?
I did, and I had Harris too. He's RB 36.
Yeah. That's kind of where my eyes land is Najee and Gibbs for sure. For sure. Christian, round 3.
Yeah, round 3. It's kind of a mixed bag. There are some injuries to think of, and there are definitely some guys who have overperformed, performed better than I expected. But starting with the stud, a guy I was completely wrong on. I didn't buy the hype. But Keenan Allen has just been a fucking monster.
Mhm.
I was so wrong. I thought he was gonna be, your typical 8 catches for 65 yards, no touchdowns, but he is just balling out. So Keenan Allen is my stud of round 3. Kind of in a landslide. There's some other good guys, but it's definitely the best guy there. And I would say the dud, especially when we're trying not to talk about injuries, but still like T. Higgins does not belong in this group. Like going in between like Samuel and Allen and Ridley and Moore and Metcalf, like Lockett was up there for me. Like I considered him, but like Higgins, that offense stinks. Like they stink. So like, I mean, and he's still the wide receiver 2, when Burrow can't even move. I just don't like Higgins. Don't like him. Never really have. And I'm going to put him the dud there in round 3.
I always feel like someone's willing to draft T. Higgins before me. Not that he's a bad player, just someone likes him more than me. I mean, that person's usually Tyler, right? He's like owned him the last 4 years or something. But
that is a great way to put it, because I feel exactly the same way.
Right? Like I don't think he's a shitty player.
I wouldn't be upset if he was on my team. I just where he's going, there's so many other people I'd rather have.
He always goes like wide receiver 13, and I usually have him as like wide receiver 20. So
there are guys
don't get him.
Yeah, there are guys picked in the 4th round that I would have easily taken over Higgins. But
I like the picks, man. Keenan Allen's been a stud. Higgins has been disappointing. That's for sure. Debbie, what round we at, man? Round 4.
Round 4. Yeah, I'm a little conflicted here.
It's a tough round.
What?
It's a tough round.
It is.
I got my stud picked out for damn sure.
Is it Ayuk?
It's not.
Yeah. Oh, I would have said Ayuk for sure.
So I like Ayuk. Pick 40. He's wide receiver 12 right now.
Me too.
But is it Evans?
It's Evans. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my I was conflicted because Evans just keeps producing and just keeps falling, and he just he's the wide receiver 9 right now, and obviously a little bit banged up, but man, he just fall into the 4th again, and he just finds a way to just make it work, and dude's a stud.
So sad I just didn't take Mike Evans. Like that is my pick every freaking year, man. Like so sad.
There's always trades.
There is for sure. Dud, who you got, buddy?
Tough not to pick on myself here.
Who you got? Okay.
I'm not going to pick on myself. I'm going to pick on you. Drake London.
I get it.
Wide receiver 51 right now.
Yeah. I think like people that stick out is London for sure.
Waller is definitely
Waller for sure. Miles Sanders for sure.
Those were my 3 on my list. Yep.
Nice. Yeah. Weird round, man. Weird round. For me to pick Drake London over Mike Evans, I must have really been feeling that keg that night, I'm guessing.
really loves London.
Really, I do really like. And that's another story. Though.
There's still time. We're
We'll
still
get
early
it.
to turn
We
it
are.
around.
We'll get into that some other time. Round 5. Kind of weird round, right? A lot of duds, that's for sure. Cam Akers, kind of sticking out. Joe Burrow, like hard not to pick Burrow, right? I think oh my gosh, Akers like wasn't even on the freaking team for a while. I don't know, man. Burrow or Akers is like my dud of round 5. Yeah, just like rough years for those two. And my stud is, Lamar and I think James Cook are my 2 studs. I know I'm kind of copping out. I'm picking 2 guys for each round and feels kind of cheap. It's just kind of hard to
That's
pick
okay.
there. Let's go James Cook. James Cook, I think, is my stud of round 5. Just has had like a good year, hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns, and like touchdowns are kind of fluky, right? I think they'll kind of come around. Anyone sticking out for you guys that I'm missing?
No, I think you nailed it. I mean,
Those 2?
I would have said the exact same things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Oh, there we go. I can get you guys underneath. All right.
Yeah.
Round 6, buddy.
Round 6 was a pretty solid round. Definitely some keepers in there. So, you know, you try and, temper your expectations with those, but I'm not trying to give myself credit, but I think Swift is the stud of the round. I mean, I think Walker was really good too, but Walker was a keeper.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do think
fair.
that I give Swift a little bit of a nod there, where he came in as the RB2 on that team, and fortunately to injury, he has evolved into just the man. So
yeah,
he's been really good. Obviously, I'm going to jinx it, so he'll suck this week. But then I would say my dud is probably JSN. He's absent. He's invisible. He is irrelevant. Not even on the same planet as some of these other guys. Like
He's a 2024 guy is what he is.
he is. Like you kind of just like cut your losses with him. You keep him in the very bottom of your bench and don't even look at him. And you're just like, oh yeah, well, I got him in the 6th round next year. Like maybe it'll be better, But yeah,
For
so
sure.
I'd say Swift / Walker and then JSN for sure the loser of this round.
JSN wide receiver 96 right now.
Olays, buddy. Well, who else you got on that list for this round, Debbie? I got a couple other thoughts too.
For what, round 6?
Round 6.
Yeah, I mean Pacheco.
I
had for a stud. I had Pacheco, Swift, and Walker as studs. Duds were JSN. I had Hopkins. And I even threw Trevor Lawrence in there.
That's the one that's sticking out for me. Lawrence has just been so brutal, and I had such high hopes for Lawrence.
QB 19 right now.
And I think we should also acknowledge that like Justin Herbert is, I'm pretty sure QB1 right now, and also in that round
for sure.
Kind of like a high and a low round. You got some high highs and some low lows.
Yeah.
Round 7, Debbie, who do you got?
This one was easy for me for a stud. And I didn't pick myself. David Montgomery.
Hell yeah.
RB9 on the year. Destroying Gibbs' dreams right now. Yeah. That's just it's a fun pick, so, and a good one too. So
Monty has been a freak.
And like RB9 and has missed a game. He's just a stud.
Monty is literally Jamal Williams last year. He's literally Jamal. He's going to end up with fucking 17 touchdowns. Like, how it's going to be.
Would not be surprised. That's for sure.
But
what do you got for a dud?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, do you really want to go back, to the whole keeper thing? Jamar Chase stinking it up, just like we talked about earlier with Higgins. That offense is brutal. Jamar Chase is wide receiver 27 right now. Not good. Dalvin Cook is RB 58 right now. Not what we thought was going to happen there.
No. No.
Uh,
I am a Brees Hall fan, and I still thought Dalvin Cook would be like RB 30,
yeah, I
or
thought he'd
somewhere in
be
there.
doing something. So,
Yeah, yeah,
just a couple guys.
for sure, man. For
Judy,
sure.
maybe, I think people, myself included, I had high hopes for him too, and he's just hasn't been doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like all that. That's yep. I got round 8. I mean, sticking out to me, I got a few again. Raheem Mostert has been on fire this first quarter of the year, right? Like, do I think that lasts? Like, I don't, right? I think like Ajan is pretty good, and they got a couple other guys that kind of come back, and yeah, I think Mostert is definitely my stud. I Brian Robinson kind of as a second, and then I don't know how AJ Dillon just keeps creeping into like the early-ish rounds, but that is the most. I mean, him and Quentin Johnson have been like the biggest duds. Yeah, just should not be played. Probably neither should be rostered. Like, yeah, there is my round 8, round 9.
You didn't even want to put Dallas Goddard in there.
Oh man, Dallas Goedert for sure. Oh,
I feel like if you get a chance, you got to
that's
throw him in there.
that's
because-
brutal. I missed that one. And
It's
Dallas
okay.
Goddard. Thank you.
Yours were good. Yours were good.
Thank you. Round 9 closes out here, Christian. We're running long.
Round 9's fucking horrible. Like even me keeping Waddle, like I know there's been some injuries, like he had a concussion, he missed a game, like he hasn't even been like what he should be. I mean, he's for sure the best player in this round, but the best season so far, my stud is Cortland Sutton, and it's not close.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
weird,
not close.
weird to say.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd say that. But he's by far the best player so far in this round, and I can't even pick a dud.
Oh, duds is everyone else besides Waddle.
It is blind. Like I am blind from looking at this fucking list. Like
Yeah.
Charbonnet, Pitts, Michael Thomas is fine.
He's been solid.
Not bad.
He's been solid.
Elijah Moore, dog shit. Madison, super
fine,
meh.
right?
McKinnon is just kind of whatever. Waddle's been very average. Tony stinks. Sky Moore stinks. Sutton's been good. Like,
Yeah.
so that was an
range
easy
for that
one.
round.
If I had to pick one dud, I would say probably Pitts, just because people are starting him. Like you don't have to start Elijah Moore, but you're starting Pitts.
Yeah.
That's
Always
dud.
start Elijah Moore.
I'm with you, boys. This was fun to kind of look at here.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, good
hopefully. I mean, we're only at the quarter mark, right? It only gets better, right? A lot of ball to play, a lot of good things to happen, hopefully. So, we got a bunch of trash talk, and Zoom's gonna kick us off here in about 7 minutes. So let me kind of do my best to kind of run through things. A lot of tight end trash talk to begin it. First one is: can you imagine wanting to keep Dallas Goedert? That's kind of funny that we just talked about Dallas Goedert. Another one is
I can only imagine who said that. It was not me. It was not me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me either.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
No,
I actually
no,
thought
no.
it might have been you.
No, it wasn't me. Next one is: at least Darren Waller had a good year in 2020. There's that one.
Brutal.
Kind of brutal. There's one about Waddle House, more like Waffle House, because it's where Christian and his sorry ass team should be sitting for 24 hours after finishing last this year. The downfall starts this week. Any comments, Christian?
I think that's probably Devin, because I don't think Marcus is creative enough to come up with that.
No,
I think Devin has a lot of hate in his heart right now, and I think it's him.
That's
And
a
I
good
just
one.
I like waffles.
I like
Awesome.
waffles too, man.
I'll go
Yeah.
with you.
We got one that kind of came in on Friday after the Lions game last week that I'll read off. Directed towards you, Devi.
I want to hear it.
With a crumble bet on the line, Thursday Night Football showed why a certain running back might be the steal of the draft. Lots of football left to play, but Monty raw dogged Dev's team in fine fashion. Will Olave, when you call me Big Papa, hold on for the 4-0 start, or will Dev's team full of farts pull the upset? Only time will tell.
Well, we know
That
now.
wasn't too bad.
We
I
now
was
know what.
expecting worse.
No, I liked it when I got the text. I enjoyed it, man.
Raw dog by Monty, brutal.
We got a possible head-to-head crumble bet between Marcus and Rody. They got to figure that one out. I think if Cooper Cup plays, that might happen. Christian, we got a few minutes left. Betting lock of the week. We got on the board last week, buddy. What do you got this
We
week?
did. We got on the board last week with the Jags in London. I felt very good about that.
Ass kicking.
Yeah, no, it was a good bet. I need to work my way back to even this week. I have a few in the holster, but the one I'm gonna pull out, I feel very good about it. This is a hot team. The line scares me a little bit because I thought they would be favored, but they are a road team this week. I'm going with the Houston Texans. They're plus 1.5. I'm going money line. They're at Atlanta. CJ Stroud is very good, and he's got weapons. Nico's been a stud. Tank Dell is awesome rookie. I think Schultz will get going a little bit. Pierce has been kind of doing his job, but the defense has been ridiculous. So, like, I just think with the Falcons coming back from London, so going back-to-back weeks betting against the Falcons, coming back from London and playing a team as hot as the Texans, it's going to be tough. I think it'll be close, but I do think the Texans pull it out. I'm going Texans money line.
Love it.
I dig it. CJ Stroud has been awesome. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think Ritter just stinks. So, like,
They
He's
need
brutal,
to put
man.
they need to put Heineke in there.
their number one receiving option right now is Jonnu Smith. Like, he is the best receiving option on the team statistically.
Yep. Eric, pick him up.
Pick him
man.
up.
Eric,
Yep.
pick him up. There we go. All right, boys, let's get out of here. Everyone have a good week 5.
That was fun.
Debbie, Christian,
Christian's on the board already.
enjoy
Fields is
yourself-
on the board.
Enjoy yourself. Fields on the board. We got a little Thursday night action already. So we will talk to everyone next week. Have a good one, boys.
All right, boys. We'll see ya.
Yeah.